Hey folks, from me to you, thank you for joining me here today. We are going to have a good time because, we may not need that extra dollar today because we got a whole bunch of those from a certain trade that we did. Woo-hoo! And I thought Snap was good, but this one, woo! Moonshot. All right, folks, you know who I am. I'm Jon Najarian, and this is 3 at 3. 3 at 3 every business day. As you know, I break down unusual option activity, and as I break down that activity, I let you know which strikes people are buying and exactly what we are doing, and perhaps even give you an insight into some of the ways that we might trade that particular trade outside of just following that hot money into that way out of the money call or whatever, way out of the money put as well. Both have paid off this week. So without further ado, let's get started. The disclaimer, they want me to install some stuff here. Well, we're going to have to do that later. So this presentation is for informational and educational purposes only. You should not take it as investment advice. And do remember that every investment involves risk. Also, we have intellectual property that is tied up in what you're about to see. And that intellectual property is ours. Now, we're happy to share it with you as I am right now. But before you reproduce it or repurpose it in any way, please ask us and then cite market rebellion when we give you permission. We really appreciate that. I appreciate you sharing this. I think we're up now over 15,000 views every single day. And our goal, of course, is to push this over 100,000. So stick with us, folks. We'll get there. This is that winner I talked about on the 21st, just 8 days ago. Talked about Pinterest. And you guys know the story. Stock was moving up to 50. We talked about the December 50 calls. We also talked about the October 50 calls. Now, they were a much shorter time frame, but both worked, of course, because Pinterest made an astronomical move. There you see. The high of the day today, I believe, folks, was 68.98 on just blowout earnings. And you see that screen, the left box, just exploding to the upside from that $50 level. Zoom! All the way to nearly 69. And those December 50 calls, just for those of you who bought them, went all the way to 20 bucks. All the way to 20 bucks? Yeah, that's right, all the way to 20 bucks. So if you were somebody that followed the trade, you may have profited mightily. Bang, bang. And that's why we trade options, folks. Keep an eye on them. I am now out. Well, technically, I'm not out till the options expire tomorrow because what I've done is I've written some calls against it that will expire tomorrow, and that will then take me out of this trade completely because I have those Decembers. I sold these calls against it today that will expire tomorrow, and that means that I will have no position after the close tomorrow because these things zoomed so deep in the money. Bang! You want to talk about joining the crypto revolution? You got a whole bunch of that Pinterest money sitting there in your pocket, and you're worried that maybe the Fed is going to degrade the value of your savings. Well, there are alternatives, and many of us have availed ourselves of those. And some of those are digital assets. It's not just gold that is a hedge. It's also digital assets. And we have a crypto team over at Market Rebellion that can show you all about it. So if you'd like to, you could join the beta. It is marketrebellion.com/get started. You can see all of the different offerings we've got there. And of course, we've got charts and discussions in our chat room about all of the hot cryptos of the day. Bang. There's two of my buddies, Scott Wapner and my brother Pete. And Pete was on the halftime report from his palatial estate up in Minnesota. And he was talking about unusual activity in Disney. That's right, Disney. Even though California won't let them open up, even a little, they are open and practicing safe and obviously very hygienic opportunities for the guests to still come in with a face mask and they're wiping everything down and all that, but California? So anyway, is this a bet that maybe California does open up as well? Perhaps. They were in here buying December 120 calls with the stock at 118 today. So when we saw 14,000, and that is 1.4 million share equivalent, we said, let's follow along with that hot money. Now, look at what they did here too, folks. They bought those December 120s and sold 14,000, same number, huh? 14,000 of the December 130 calls. So they collected about $3.30. They paid about $7. So in other words, the difference between what they paid and what they sold is that spread, $10. And they paid somewhere in the neighborhood of less than $4 for that spread, depending how you did it. And I like that because you've addressed time decay and volatility compression, two of those things that could hurt you. There's Pete talking about it, and look at it. Boom! Through 120. That's what I'm talking about, folks. This stock moving to the upside. We talked about it at 118. If you were a subscriber, you would have had it then. Now, as of Pete on the show just an hour and a half ago, this was 120 and let's call it 50 cents, 120.50. And thus, the trade's already working. Bang! I love that. Now let's take a look at the chart. There's the chart. Guess where it is now? 121.33. So in other words, this thing is just off to the races. Now, a lot of you ask, and I know that not all of you have seen me for years and years on TV, so I'm going to give you a little of the insight that we try to share with investors. When I have a profit of a double, 2x, I pull half the money off the table. Now, to be fair, not every trade works. So when trades don't work, if I'm talking about a call and it went from $3 down to $1.50, I would exit the trade completely. In other words, my discipline is that if it falls to half of the value of that call or the spread that I have paid for, I exit. I just turn around, don't look at it anymore, and get out of there. And I might even do it a little bit before it gets there if it's just so obvious that I had a bad read. You have to decide how you're going to play them, folks. But that's how I play it. Bang. Now for Twitter. So, Twitter, 51.98. Pete talks about the 52.50 calls. Can't get much closer than 52.50 than $52, can you? So, he talked about those. These expire November 6th. So they're not expiring tomorrow. These expire November 6th. And if you wanted to join us and jump in on these calls, feel free. I want to show you another way to play it. By the way, they were also buying calls all the way up to, I think, aggressively, they were buying the 57 calls as well. Let me see. What did I have there? Were they buying those 57s? 59 calls. They bought 6,500 of the 59 calls. Out there in Twitter, also with the November 6th expiration. So you got some bullish bets being placed in Twitter. Now, that's not for everybody because this is deep end of the pool. Options expire in a week, not tomorrow, in a week. So one of the ways to address that is by doing a call spread, owning one option at, for instance, the 52.50 strike, selling an option at a higher strike, and thus creating a call spread. So you don't have the negative side of the volatility compression nor the volatility compression. You have neither time decay, which is bad, and volatility, which is bad as well. If volatility shrinks, you know time is going to pass. So one of the ways of addressing time is doing that call spread. Another way of addressing volatility is also that call spread. There's a Twitter chart. You see the move that it's making today as it moves through basically 48, 50, 50, 50, 50, 51, 52, 52, 50, right at the money right now. So, free look. You want to see how one of the ways you could address that volatility compression and time decay? What if Not suggesting you do it. I am saying that if I decided to go out here and buy for $4.45, 7,400 of these have traded, so it's not like they're hard to get. If I bought that at the money call for $4, stocks, got to get to over 56 for me to be at a break even, right? On the other hand, if I buy these calls for $4.45 and then sell, by the way, Netflix just raising the price of their standard and premium monthly plans. You think that's going to affect stock? Yeah, I think so. Make sure everybody sees this because that's one of the things we do, folks. Pardon me one sec. Let's see. Oops. All right. Boom. So we got that up there. Anyway, folks, so if you paid $4.45 and you sold them for $3.50, guess what? You're into this spread between $52.50 and $55 for 95 cents. So you could turn a $95 investment into $250 upside. And that's if, folks, the stock is 55 or higher by or at the 6th of November. So that's not a huge leap for the stock, but it's a bit of a leap for the thing to get to 56, 57 if you just buy those calls naked. That's why I'm saying I like the idea of putting on a spread, and I think you should consider it, but I can't tell you what to do. You have to decide what's appropriate for you. All right, let's get to the third and our final of the 3 at 3, a very robust, if I might add, 3 at 3. Yeah, I'm enthusiastic because we freaking stuck them hard in that Pinterest trade. And Disney's already working. And Twitter's already working. Is this one going to be working too? I mean, is it even possible that we go 4 for 4 on this? Let's take a look. Plan, December 57.50 calls. Bought today for $4.70. Stock approximately 55.52. PLAN. There is a stock chart as it moves up to 57.39. So here it was, 55.52. As you see, when we posted that at 11:24, it already began working and now is at 57.39. It's up nearly $2. So whether you're a stock trader or whether you're an options trader, you could put yourself in a position to make money from this unusual activity. It's not opinion-based, folks. What we're looking at is data as far as unusual buy activity in the stock. That's what we do each and every day. That's what I'll be doing tomorrow on the halftime report. So if you want to follow along with us, guess what you got to do? You got to subscribe. And if you go to marketrebellion.com/get started, you can see about joining our Unusual Activity Elite, which is over 20 trades a day. You can also see about a 1 trade a day service that we have, if that's more appropriate for you, or if just once a week, we have that as well. Folks, we have so many different ways that you can put yourself in a position to win. I hope you check it out at marketrebellion.com/get started for education and mentoring, or marketrebellion.com/UOA for unusual option activity. Folks, I can't thank you enough for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. I'm certainly having a great day. Take us out with a little Aloe Black, even though we don't need the dollar, do we? Dollar, that's what I need. Well, I need the dollar, that's what I need. Said I need dollar, that's what I need. See you tomorrow. Bang!